That's okay. We're good, though.
I know, but everybody's got to come back. God,
oh, really?
No, it's not your fault.
But we are charging now. Where would you like this?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Put it in your back pocket.
Hey, if you guys, when someone comes back, just give us a holler and let us know that we're broadcasting again. We had to check the battery.
Oh, come on. Get. Oh.
Anybody out there? At 15 viewers. Maybe we didn't lose anybody. Anybody out there? Let's give us a thumbs up or something in the chat if you're hearing this. Thank you. Thanks, Tuck. Excellent. Yeah. So anyway, Cork, you were saying, you're talking about Casey's hit.
Just, yeah. It went from sure double to, oh, God, he's for sure going to catch it, to, oh, my God, that could be an inside the Parker, to, wait, let's just settle for the triple.
Yeah.
It was a wild 3 seconds.
It was a roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Yeah. I thought he got a little bit down on the end of the bat, but he told me he barreled it. Maybe it was more just... Like
that's it. It stayed in the air so long.
He slowed his swing down, so it didn't come off the bat with the kind of velocity that we've seen before from Casey.
Oh, man. That was a really good pitch. It started right down the middle and jumped to that knee-high outside corner. So.
My impression watching Lippert over a couple of tournaments now is he's a little, he'll chase that pitch off the plate. Like I think he's a little vulnerable to that pitch off the plate. I mean, everybody is. It's a tough pitch to hit, but I've seen...
Especially the righty on there. There it is again.
That's a weak ground ball up the middle.
Safe. Nice. Great hustle.
Ran it out, though. So weak grounder up the middle. Is that the second baseman who made the throw? One of the middle infielders.
Shortstop flicked to the second baseman.
So we got 2 outs? 1 out.
Ludi led off. No. So 2 outs.
2 outs. That's forced at second. Mike Dahl at the plate. Catcher knocked that down. Lost track of it. Lippert runs to second base. So let's finish that conversation. Who? The question was, who are your 2 favorite? Who's your favorite? And then, if it's who I think it is, who's your second favorite?
I'm
Mammoth to
curious
watch
as
it.
to like what you think it is. I mean,
my
Mount Rushmore of Skeeter hitters.
Not Skeeters, or Mammoth.
Oh, Mammoth.
Yeah. No, I do that all the time. I say it's natural just to say Skeeter.
So it's gonna be Tom Gemrick.
Okay, but we're gonna take us out of the.
Well, I'm not gonna call myself my favorite hitter because that is far from the case.
Okay. So who's your second favorite then? Let's go with that.
I think the excitement of watching a Cork at bat
Yep.
is, I mean, that's easy choice.
Yep, I agree. Like, I think he's the default
the
number one.
non-controversial opinions and.
So let's go to 3 for you then. Let's go for 3 because I'm with you. Like, my number 1 is Cork. He's the guy I like to watch hit the most. Who's number 2?
And again, I mean, maybe I got to think for lefties because I mean Nate Stark again. Like we've just seen such a pure swing.
I think that's an excellent choice, Nate Stark. I'm gonna go with Randy.
Yeah,
I like watching Randy.
Randy too. I mean, we got to think for lefties.
And this isn't who I'm comfortable with or who I want to see up in a big spot. It's just like who do I like to see swing the bat? I like Casey too.
Yeah.
Foul ball.
Yeah.
That would have been
Casey
a tough
too,
play.
We kind of sound like homers with our very
we do.
Skeeter heavy favorites, but
I mean, the common denominator for me is these guys probably hit the ball harder than anybody else on the team, and it's just fun to watch a well-struck baseball, unless you're on the mound and the baseball is traveling upwards of 460 feet.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lot of fun. If you don't care about your pitching, it's fun to watch that. We saw that last night. I got a mind's eye view of it.
463.
Another grounded on the third base line. Good infield for this team. High throw, but the first baseman's probably about 8'4".
You said 8'4"?
Yeah, 8'4".
I mean, 8'4" is pretty significant.
Like the world's tallest man. Like Guinness Book, he's not that tall.
No, I'd probably put him more at maybe 6'4".
Yeah, I think he's as tall as Rob, but he's like three Robs.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like build, I mean,
Yeah, as far as build, for sure. And possibly personality.
say that again.
Possibly personality.
Yeah.
No, Rob's got. That guy's probably a third the personality that Rob's got. We got a good shot at Rob's socks last night. Maybe if he comes back, we marvel that a man who has no calves would wear pants that would accentuate his calves. But Rob's a contrarian. Fancies himself kind of a fancy dresser. I mean, you would have to, if you had to rate the sartorial, the dressing, the outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Rate the outfits, Bob. Rank us. So we got, what do we have, 6 guys in the house?
Yeah.
Who's number 1?
I mean, Rob Jones has the style.
Rob
right?
Jones has got some style. I mean, I think once you get past Rob Jones, I think you got to go with you, because you actually looks like you're.
There is some effort that.
Yes, you don't. It's not like you're accessorizing, but everything's of a piece with you guys. And then you've got what, the middle-aged dad chic? Would you describe the rest of us? Just, I mean, some of us aren't middle-aged dads, but we may have the dad bods, and then I think we just got.
Tommy can be maybe like hobo chic.
I'll go with that. I mean, with the toenails, you throw those in, and if there were a hobo line, I think I could model that. Not going to deny it.
One thing that's come out of the tournament, now you're outfitted with a week's worth of tournament t-shirts.
Yeah, they gave us too many t-shirts, or we don't have enough guys interested in tournament t-shirts, so I'm going to go home with a lot of t-shirts. We may incorporate those into IBEX. We may make those giveaway shirts at IBEX. I don't know who would want a Palm Springs World Series t-shirt, but we don't have a lot of sponsors at IBEX. That's Indoor Baseball Experience. So we may use those for giveaways. I don't know.
I think the issue is that the sizes that they gave our team are grossly larger than what we would wear.
Yep.
I mean, when a majority are XL and double XLs, where I think we have more of a large t-shirt fitting crowd, maybe even some mediums.
Yeah, I mean, I think the organization not unfairly stereotypes the 35-plus baseball player as a man who's maybe a little bit past his athletic prime. Has let himself go to seed a little bit. Like if you had the silhouette, if they made a silhouette icon for 35-plus baseball, it wouldn't be like a Jordan. It would be a guy with maybe a little belly silhouette.
Maybe not quite like the Alfred Hitchcock silhouette that they use, but
yeah.
not quite that expansive. But.
Rob Jones, there was a couple years ago, I was playing with the Lumberjacks, and we had someone out there taking a lot of photos, and there was a photo taken of me from the side, so you could see me profiled in the box, and they caught the ball, they caught my swing right when the ball was reaching the plate. Here comes the gorilla. I'll finish this story after we see Aaron Judge bat here. This guy's just big.
Yeah.
We heard that this guy's hit 2 home runs already in the tournament. Oh,
Again,
another pitch.
just under it.
That's
Billy
gonna
was
drop.
playing him on
That's
the
gonna
football
drop,
field.
Yep. Skied that one, but Billy was way back. So that drops in for a hit. So anyway, it was a side shot of me in the box, and he caught the ball hitting the top of my bat. So it looks like the ball is basically sitting on top of my bat. So that ball was going to go straight up the chimney. And Rob suggested that they should make a silhouette of that, and that should be the icon for 35-plus baseball. Ooh, there's a shot to Ludi. He gloves it. There's a strike to second. Casey airmails Rob at first, but we got the force.
Nate at
Nice
first.
play by Ludi. Oh, that's Nate at first, yeah.
Which is hard to airmail either Rob or Nate.
Casey pointed at Nate and spread his finger and thumb together like, I just missed you. Just a little bit. He probably overthrew Nate by a good 10 feet.
10 feet high and
High.
to the left. Good play with Ludi though, getting that little chopper, hard chopper, over to Casey at second.
Definitely. I mean, two good parts of that play. He gloved it to his backhand side, and then he fed Casey very well. Maybe a little high, but very nice
throw.
throw.
Last that time had hit that double in the gap too, so it's good to keep him on the ground.
1 out, bottom of the fourth. Mammoth up 3-0. RBI double by Nate Stark in the first, and then a two-run triple by Casey Johnson in the third. I think that's right. There's a squibber over to the right side. This is going to be tricky. Casey runs over, makes the throw. They get the runner by a step. Caused Billy to do some barking out there, some excitement on that play. That was a little squibber that was in that triangle between the first baseman, the pitcher, and the second baseman. And Casey ranged over, gloved it, and had time to make the throw.
Yeah, that's past grill, but really does Rob go get that, or does Casey? And they've played enough baseball together where they know their roles.
See, Paul Murphy has checked into the chat. Hey, Paul. Pretty quiet. Looks like we got people updating everybody with the score. That's great.
Nice, I think. They can't trust us, so they
No.
hope they're scoring at home.
We had 30 viewers last night, Bob.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Okay, Bob's gonna go check out the other game. Gives me a chance to talk about Bob. Bob came down with an injury, some kind of nerve issue in his upper leg or lower back. I'm not exactly sure which, so he's not able to play with us, which is too bad because Bob, kind of jack of all trades. He would have pitched for us. He would probably done some catching, play a lot of positions in the field. He's got a good bat. But instead of doing that, he's been the house dad. He's done a lot of our cooking. He's been the guy who's asked everyone, do you have long sleeve shirts? It's going to be chilly tonight. He noticed my toenails. He very politely suggested that I do something about those, so I did. Bob's been great. He's a really good cook too. I mean, Rob Jones has helped him with some of it, but Bob's specialty has been breakfast. We've been waking up every morning to breakfast sandwiches, and I mentioned last night he made some kind of apple pastry that was like something you'd buy in the store, or maybe you'd get it at McDonald's in one of those apple pie boxes. I don't know if they still do those at McDonald's. Those were pretty good when I was growing up. I always got the cherry. This was apple. But anyway, it's just been great having him on the trip. I mean, it'd be even better if he was able to get out there and participate on the field. And it's also been great having him to be able to talk to. So I'm not just talking to myself for 6 hours. Chris Yankee leading off. Taking the first pitch as Chris Yankee does. The other thing I was told is that Chris really gets up on the plate. I don't know if it's just to try to get hit or if it's just to get a good look at the pitch, but then he backs off. He did it there. Way up in the box, front, and then he kind of stepped back a little bit. Pops out to the shortstop in this at bat, though. That's 1 out. Back to the top. It's Tom Corcoran. Tommy the Cork had the best season in Federal League history. I think that's safe to say. Not all the stats are in there from all the years that the Federal League's been around, but Cork set the single season home run record, or single year home run record in slightly over, I don't know, it was maybe 5 games. And by the end of the season, his first season, he was a career home run leader in the Federal League. Federal League's been around since, I know they've been taking stats since 2008, 2009. I think they've been around about, maybe even longer than the Federal League, or the TC, maybe he left that high.
He's getting turned around on center.
Cork hit that a long way to center field, but I think that was probably 80% of what Cork could have done with that pitch. Wasn't enough to get over the center fielder, though. Anyway, by the end of the season, Cork was the career home run leader in the Federal League. I've likened that season to what Babe Ruth, the emergence of Babe Ruth, Major League Baseball, where the home run was not part of the game. And then Ruth came along, and he really introduced the home run to baseball. And I don't think you're going to see a sea change in the Federal League in terms of guys hitting home runs. It's not like you're going to have a Jimmy Fox come along. But the home run became part of the Mammoth lineup or the Mammoth game in a way that it probably you haven't seen in the Federal League for any other team. I know Anthony Van Risen, I think he was the single season home run leader before Cork. He had 4. So it's not like guys hit home runs, just not with the frequency that Cork does. Anyway, back to the action. We got Hans Hegerness. Hans is 0 for 2. A couple of good swings he's put on the ball, but nothing to show for it. A little surprised he let that one go. That was middle in. This guy's been working him off. Plays a 3-1 middle in and let that go. Flips the fly ball to right field. Glove 3 outs. I think he must have been looking outside that 3-1 pitch.
Yeah. Again, you're still up in the column. You kind of still want to get your pitch, and
I think that's true. Like, Hans is an accomplished and confident enough hitter that if it's not in the place he's looking for, even though it's 3-1 and even though he's geared to swing, he's going to let it go. And he did. And then the pitcher came back with something off the plate. Pitcher's kind of navigating his way through this game. He's doing a good job. They got a good infield. They got 1 or 2 guys at least who look like they can swing the bat, so I can see why they're here. Score is 3-0 Mammoth. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Are we in bottom of 5, Blue? Bottom of... Yeah. We're not either. It's bottom of 5. Thank you.
Play-by-play guy should know that.
Well, it's appalling.
again, we need our roles that define.
Yeah.
So.
The umpire suggesting that it's really the job of the play-by-play guy to tell him.
We should think the other one is the play-by-play guy.
Yeah, that's right.
We have smart enough viewers who are following along.
Yeah, and doing that for us. If I could, if we could be set up in an actual press booth and we didn't have to be holding this camera, we could be scoring the game. That's going to drop in. Little soft liner to right field. First pitch fastball up in the zone. Gets the hands inside the baseball and pushes it to right field. Base hit. So let's see if the Tijuana team, this is probably, they must be, I think they're still going through the second time in the order.
Yeah.
They got to be nearing the bottom. Because that Adonis was batting last inning, and he must have been a third hitter.
Yeah.
So they must have probably in the, maybe the 4 hitters. So they're probably in the 5, 6, 7 range. It'd be nice to be scoring this though, right?
Yeah.
Drops one down.
Great play by
Really
Kirill.
bare-hands
Great
it.
play by Kirill.
Doesn't take the time to set himself. He bare-handed the hop.
One motion.
One motion spun and threw a strike. That's where his infield skills really came into play. Really, that was a really nice play,
Yeah.
right? It was a good bunt too.
They often say the pitcher is the best athlete on the field. So that was witness.
Certainly true when big game Bob's on the mound. And true here as well.
Unless we have a pop fly straight up, then
One out, man on second. He did move there. Ooh, there's a nice play on the hop.
good adjustment because that kind of took a bounce up.
Exactly.
Stayed with it.
Rob went down to his knees.
He got his pants a little dirty.
Got his pants a little dirty. Caught the hop. Kind of skipped up on him, gloved it, and then threw a really nice feed to Matt Grill. That runner was getting down the line, so that was a really nice exchange there.
Grill's been active. Not only is he pitching, but he's fielding, he's covering first. All things we work on during spring training. So.
Right. Those drills are really paying off. Just swing and a miss. Is that a little change up, maybe? third. Mammoth up 3-0. We're in the already forgotten bottom of the fourth. Bottom five. Another changeup that just fell off the table.
You sometimes tell with that swing where the hand leaves the bat.
Then he came hard off the plate. So a couple of changeups that fell off the outside corner, and then he tried to zip a fastball in there, and the batter was able to get a bat on it. What would you do here now? 2 changeups off the plate, a fastball off the plate. What would you come back with? It's 0-2. You got a guy in third, though.
We're usually still working it, not getting any changeup. Nothing too good that they can hit.
Looks like it was a changeup down and more in than out. Nice sequence by. We'll give Lip the credit on that one. I think Matt follows Lip's lead. I don't see Matt shaking Lip off very often. They have a lot of trust because they've been pitching together a lot. So what would you say the highlight of the trip has been? I think we agreed yesterday it was maybe off the field, it was the walk down by the beach in San Diego.
In La Jolla.
In La Jolla?
Yeah, that was just nice. It kind of finally felt that we were somewhere. We flew in and had a nice lunch.
How's it going, Pat?
Saying hi to my dad and my kids and my mom.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. How
We
we
were hoping
looking?
that you would send Casey on that triple.
How we looking out there?
That's my dad said that you guys were saying I was aggressive, and so I thought about it. Trust me, but I think these guys are pretty good defensively. I think they would have made a good throw.
I think you're right. They're
They didn't
infield
even. They
solid.
wouldn't have had to have made a good throw. I think when that cutoff had it, but
No, but
it's
what's
not
been,
the TCMABL where.
what's been interesting, Pat, is you are really aggressive, but it's worked out just about, like, if you wave somebody home and the guy got thrown out, we've had some crazy plays, like there was a play where Randy kind of hurdled the glove, so there's been some plays where guys should have been out, but your instincts have been right.
Well, usually when it's a high percentage to make a bad throw when we do those aggressive roll around the corner on third base.
They got to chain together a couple of things, and
It's never
on this
gonna be
level,
Pressure on the defense.
Yeah, it's never going to be a throw to hit a clean cut to score at home. It's always going to be one of those. Like the cut was running towards center field last night or 2 days
Right.
ago.
But Pat's looking for that, right? I mean, Pat's looking for that. Where is the cutoff man? How is he moving? I mean, Pat really is our third base coach. I don't know how many teams actually have a third base coach who are good at third base coaching. He's good at it, though. He's also a good hitter. He had a really nice, he's had a couple of hits this tournament. Big hit earlier in the tournament. Got him the player of the game, I believe.
Busted open game too.
Yeah. So, Cork, I thought you had 80% of what you could have done on that pitch.
Dang it.
Another fly ball to center field. That pitch, talk about that pitch that you hit to center field.
It's just up and away.
Nice little play at first there.
I just got it a split second too soon.
Yep.
Let it. If I go left center with that, it adds 20, 30 feet instead.
I thought so. Like, you hit it, you didn't max out your meter on that one. It was like 80%. You get 100%, and it's either over his head or, like you said, it's right center, and it's rattling around in those bleachers.
Left center on that. That was like a up and away
Up
pass.
and away.
I need to go left center with that.
Or was that was the previous.
Casey Johnson, who had a big 2-run triple last at bat, working him out, coming in.
Yeah.
He started him last at bat 2 in, and then went out. There was an out and an in. Nothing too good here.
Nice.
That may drop. No, left fielder getting over there. That was a little humpback curve that dropped.
So no, like this guy started.
Dropped in from the front shoulder. Casey turned on it, but got under it.
The fence impact either cork or paint / fly balls.
I'll get Billy House.
I don't think there's
Walk-off single, game 3 of the tournament for Billy.
Nice
There you go,
hit.
Bill.
It's a base hit to left center.
Oh, big bounce.
Oh, big bounce.
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Center fielder was hustling. I don't know if he gets a double on it.
It's good to see Billy get a hit there.
Clean.
Clean
Well
single,
struck ball.
yeah.
Sometimes you need a number to get yourself going, but the line drive, guaranteed hit off the bat is a very nice feeling.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Bill. He's been on time. The first couple of games, he was swinging and missing at pitches, but he was on time. And I told him
That same pitch, he
Yeah.
hit swung and missed. Now he's barreling it.
I just suggested to him, look, it's been a couple of weeks and a couple of months since you played. You know, you just got to, your timing's there. Now you just got to get that bat to ball contact down. And it looks like it's coming around for Billy. Here's Ryan Lutzka. Let's see what Ryan can do here.
No, Billy. What was that?
I've been a little surprised. I felt like earlier in the game, I think it was Randy who was stealing. I think a good throw would have.
Yeah.
And even Yankee.
The throws have gotten progressively better. So Billy stole, like that throw was offline. Then Yankee stole, and like that one was a little bit closer. That was more of a play, and then that was right on the base.
Right on the base. It doesn't have a lot of pop on that throw though. It doesn't have a lot of zip. I think maybe the base runners are seeing that and think they can beat.
You guys are good.
Can beat the throw, but I think sometimes it's easy to forget when you're out here that we're all 40 or older, and you know, running.
Sometimes you forget that your wheels are not what they were 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, like you forget that if it were real life, running 90 feet in any direction is a real chore. It's a real challenge.
It's really unthinkable that. Why would I just start sprinting?
Right. That's the same thing like throwing a weighted object. You never do it in real life. So we moved to that was a quick inning. We moved to the bottom of the sixth already.
Game's moved along a couple runs early, and then it's been pitchers have just been working efficiently. Ump's got a real solid zone. Like I haven't had any complaints, but
Yeah.
I'm not hitting against it, so
I'm with you. I feel like he's done a really nice job. He seems like a really affable guy too. He was slightly appalled at the condition of the field when he rolled up as well. He talked to Billy about it. And he's not clear why we're playing here, but again, it's the number of fields and the number of teams, presumably.
could have called by the field our broadcasting prowess.
Just gonna leave the field aghast that he was part of this whole experience. Pitch off the plate, ball one. Spots it on the corner. He's not gonna do anything with that pitch. Comes up and in. Now you would expect him to bury that changeup. Hi.
I like the fastball off the plate.
Do you? Okay, we'll see. I would have gone with the changeup. Ooh, he went ball. He did neither. So I wanted the changeup just falling into his feet. You wanted the fastball off the plate. He actually came with a off-speed pitch.
Yeah,
Caught a lot of the plate with it. Yeah.
Again, that might have surprised the batter that it was as good a pitch as it was to hit in that count.
I wonder if Lip was trying to set him up with something in, and then either go fastball hard away, changeup hard away. That just caught too much of the plate. So that's a ball. Want to know? Got their leadoff runner on. They did once earlier. They had a leadoff double. They're running. Oh wow. That was a bunt.
I feel like somebody missed a sign. Oh,
So we've got the runner
I think
limping
the
at
runner
second.
took off and he's coming up with maybe a hammy or pulling something.
But don't you think that batter's got to get that bunt down? I mean, I think that was a called bunt, and I think for whatever reason the batter didn't offer. I mean,
Coming off the field pretty gingerly.
Yeah, I mean, Lip stood up and he had time to throw it down there because something happened between.
We didn't initially have anybody cover the base.
Yeah,
And then Casey got there.
I don't know what happened with him. He's limping. Ankle, maybe a hamstring.
He's keeping the leg straight, so it feels like it might have been a hamstring or a calf.
Yeah,
Again, it's an earlier game, maybe not.
it's a hamstring. He's done. He's trying to stretch it out and he winced.
Strike.
Hamstrings don't come back. Once you tweak a hamstring, you're pretty much finished. So we erased that leadoff base runner. You know, 1 out.
That throw down by Lip was a line.
It was.
So I mean, it was.
You're right. It was very, very different than the
Throw before.
throw before. Lip's got a good arm. Having a good catcher on this level.
It makes a difference.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow, that was great hustle from that base runner.
Yeah.
He was thinking double out of the box. The line drive to left. The outfielders are playing deep because they don't have a fence and they've got to cover the gaps. By the time the ball got to Dahl, the guy was rounding first and just took off for second. How close was that play at second?
it looked like it was pretty close. That was a leadoff hitter.
Okay.
So, presumably has the wheels, but he was running from the start. And Dahl threw a strike, but I think it was just maybe up the bag. And
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that was.
I think Casey caught it, but I don't think he dropped it, but it was close.
It was a great throw by Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, again, our outfielders are all playing deeper than I think they normally would because there's no fence behind them. They got to make sure they close those gaps up. One out man on second. Mammoth up 3-0. Bottom of the 6th. We have the Man Mountain coming up. This is kind of an important at bat. It's a 3-0. I don't
It'd be
think
nice for a line drive and then freeze them.
it's 3-0, and sometimes you think, well, maybe Matt's looking to put him on, set up the double play. But
I think this is the wrong batter you try. And
right,
set up double play.
I think he's aware of where he is in the order and who's on deck, and I don't think he's doing that. He threw a strike there. We'll see what he does here. Ludi charges, throws. Nice play by Ludi.
Good play by Ludi over there.
Soft
Make
chopper
sure
to
you get
third.
that.
Yeah, that's a big play, right?
Yeah. You're running in sort of off your opposite foot. Get that over across the diamond.
That guy was running too. This team has some guys who can move. Really nice play by Ludi. 2 outs. Now we have probably the most accomplished looking hitter that we've seen this tournament. I'm told he's had 2 home runs already in the tournament.
Fly balls to center.
This is a high pop over to Ludi. Ludi under it. Makes the catch.
Damn corner for Ludi over there. The lefty with that side of the field, you think maybe it's going to kind of tail back, but despite the high sky, Ludi stuck with it.
So someone asking who's our panel. It's me, I'm Tom, right? Tom Genrick, and then Bob Gordon. Bob's been in the booth for the whole tournament. Been a pleasure. Told that Bushy says that Yankee loves getting hit by pitches. I know Brian plays with Chris on the Brewers. Umpires should know the inning. Fair enough. Yep, we're in mid-season form. And we gotta love the commentary guys from Kay Schwartz. So that's Kimberly. That's Hans's fiance. Well, we're happy you're enjoying it, Kimberly. It gives us something to do. It gives us a reason to wear this uniform. Right, it is
all
great.
tens of you.
Someone's asking about the field conditions. Yep, we'll talk about those in a second. Oh, someone's already answered. Yeah, the field, this is a terrible field. No fence in left. We've got a hill, like Bob said, like the old Minute Maid hill in center field. That's the bank out in left field. That at the top of it, there's a fence. It's probably about 400 feet away, so that's not really in place. So we're basically playing without a fence in left. We've got a soccer goal in center, some kind of
Shipping containers out in the right.
shipping containers in right. We got a bleacher out in right. So we're basically ringed by objects that could loosely fall into the definition of fences, but they're not really fences. We're basically playing in an open field and then a scattering of objects out there that are either in play or out of play. I'm not sure.
At this point in the game, has that impacted where we are right now?
I think it's impacted where the fielders are playing. I feel like the fielders have to play deeper to cover the gap. So like there was a fly ball in front of Bill that I think is probably caught in a regular field, but Bill has got to play
fly
so
ball
deep.
that
I was hit by that
Bill
3-hitter.
Yeah, it was that 3-hitter where you're gonna play him deep.
I agree. I
Based
think
off the pedigree
I
that
think
we-
he might be. I think these guys might be a little deeper. Although right now it doesn't seem that way. I mean, I know if I was out there, I'd be playing deeper because I'd be worried. You gotta cut those lanes off.
The long run if it gets by you.
Yes.
Oh, nice little fly.
Get there, Ludi. It's a base hit from Ludi. It's a Ludi hit. The infield, I think, is decent enough. I haven't been too many crazy hops.
We talked about the right field line.
No.
So-
Tell us about it.
You're close
There's
to
a
that shipping
yeah.
container.
So like if you get it to the right of the shipping container, it goes back for another 20, 30 feet. And so on the stream, you don't quite see the right of that shipping container. But Randy is one where it's pretty nearly guaranteed inside the Parker because from where the right fielder is playing to about that light pole, but even farther than that light pole away. He's got to run 200 feet or so.
Do you think that's
And
all
then
in
it's
play? Is it all in play?
It's got to be. It's all grass to that fence. Oh no! Shoot, right freaking to him.
You almost
That was a
wonder
good
though,
piece of
like
hit.
if that were to happen, I mean, if it is going to be inside the park, does the right fielder throw up his arms of, you know,
Right.
it hit the cinder block that's out there, or went into some.
There's no. There is that window to like. There's a weird fence that cuts back there, and it's all grass. There's no obstruction, so I don't see how it could be anything but everything in play. And so mention that during Randy's at bat because that's very much.
It's going to be a real tough play. Shortstop's coming over. Saw that the whole time.
I mean, it's not dissimilar to left field. You get one down to that Minute Maid Hill over there. That's a
that's-
guaranteed triple.
Yeah.
Almost inside the park.
You take it off the little car path, roll it down the hill.
Right. You hit it too hard, yeah, it'll start rolling back down the hill. Then you get it up the hill, that's bad. Then it's rolling towards the.
Be nice to see Mikey hit a.
Oh my God! Get down! Oh my God! No! Come on!
So that was. I think Ludi's known for that delayed steal. I don't think that was a straight steal. I think that was Ludi. Ludi likes to do that. I mean, everybody in the TC Mobile, I think, knows by now that.
I think he was reading the catcher.
Right.
There was a couple instances yesterday where we had, I think it was Lip on third. I think had been reading the catcher, and it was the kind of a soft little toss back to the pitcher, and Lip broke from home. I think you were maybe up to bat.
I was batting. Ludi does that though. Ludi steals a lot of bases with that delayed steal, so he'll let the pitch. I'm not sure when he breaks, but it's not when the pitcher releases the ball. I think it's when the catcher's received it and the catcher's just not paying attention to him and he just trots down a second. That time the catcher, he saw the fox trying to get into the hen house and he slammed the door shut.
I think he wasn't, maybe the catcher didn't see him at first, then all of a sudden he noticed that Ludi was maybe a bit further out.
Yeah, and Ludi came back limping a little bit. I think he's fine, but again, as Bob pointed out, you don't run 60 feet, you don't run 90 feet in a straight line very often in real life.
It makes sense if Ludi's a little tight. I mean, he threw 9 innings yesterday afternoon, so.
And he's a 40-year-old man who, you know, his top speed just has to stay ahead of his toddler, right? As long as his land speed can exceed that of a toddler, he can run fast enough at this point in his life. Looks like Rob Jones is exchanging some laughs with umpire and the first base coach for the other team. This team seems like a really good group of guys. Nothing's happened so far this game. There's been, in other games, we've heard of some kind of chippy play. There's been some challenges, some age challenges. I guess we did have an episode earlier in the tournament where team was not happy with us, threw behind one of our guys. There's a chopper over to Ludi. There's a strike to Rob. That's 1 out.
Which sounds like that wasn't uncommon for that team to maybe have issues with other teams for pretty egregious reasons that didn't make sense. Like bunting with, up by a few. They took issue with the Pirates stealing when they're up by a couple runs. So
The knuckleball.
it looked like a good pitch.
It must be his knuckleball. It's either that or it's a splitter, because that splitter will tumble in. But I think someone told me in a previous stream that Matt's got a knuckler that he throws occasionally. I bet Bushy does. Slider off the plate, I think that was. 2 strikes. 1 and 2. What do you come back with here? You set off for the changeup, or you throw the changeup? No, high fastball. Now you bury the changeup?
I mean, that feels like that's the perfect setup, right? High and then low and away. Like,
Yeah. Shoot, sorry guys. Here we go. That wasn't the change, right? That was a fastball down and away?
fastball down.
That's the leadoff runner? Better?
No. I think it was a non-runner. I think we're middle bottom of the order.
How many outs are there, though? It's 1 out, 1 out. So the base runner is a catcher, and the base runner thought there were 2 outs. There's a special rule in this tournament because we were playing under a time limit that if there's 2 outs, a catcher can get a courtesy runner. But there's only 1 out.
Gorilla was willing to give him the pinch runner for the extra out. They declined.
One out man on first. Bottom of the 7th. Mammoth are up 3-0. RBI double for Nate Stark in the first, and then a 2-run triple from Casey Johnson. I think that was in the 2nd or the 3rd. It's been quiet otherwise. Both pitchers doing a really nice job.
Oh, got him.
So that clipped the front shoulder of the batter. I think Matt is wanting the batter to stay in the box. I think Matt is motioning that the batter leaned into that one.
It's a bit of a frustration when you're a pitcher when you have someone kind of lean over it when they're already kind of on the plate. And it's potentially a strikeout. I think Grill had that happen to him earlier in the tournament. Where it clipped an elbow pad.
I don't think that was a strike, but it doesn't mean that the guy didn't dive.
It's not a strike, isn't it?
Yep.
Perfect time for double play.
Guy has very open stance. Let's see if he brings that front foot over, closes up before the swing he does. Oh no. It's a risky throw by Lip, but got it over there. So guy moves to third base on the, we'll call that a wild pitch.
In the dirt, and Lip blocked it to keep him. The double play still intact.
Yeah, Lip's been, I think I've seen, we've been back behind the home plate this whole tournament. I think we've seen Lip up close maybe twice. Like, I think he's only had to come back here maybe twice.
I think one of the times it was Cork throwing it over his head.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know that there's been any pass balls. I think Lip develops a really good rapport with the umpires too.
Spent a lot of time with him back there.
Yeah. I imagine most catchers do.
His umpires, chatty but not overly.
Ooh, the bat save. That caught a lot of the plate. Not sure, that hitter must not have been expecting that pitch. He's got a late break on that pitch.
See it spinning and then drops it.
It darts, yeah. There's a changeup. That's a nice piece of hitting. So that puts him on the board, 3-1. They got to be near the bottom of the order, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for, I think the leadoff is wearing a bright colored sleeve. So I think the pitcher might be 8 or 9 in the lineup. He's coming up next.
Wow. Batter gave him one there. That was very low. Batter took a swing. Grilly gets ahead in the count 0-1. First and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, Mammoth up 3-1. Lays one down. Matt decided to go to second. I think he had 3 bases to choose from. I heard Ludi call 3. Did we have him at third base?
It looked like we had him at third base. And I don't know if that was a called bunt. I think that might have been on his own.
It's
I feel
definitely.
like the guy at second had a little late break on that.
It's a curious baseball play when you've got one out already. I mean, I guess you get guys in second and third. You put
You
2.
have someone running, scoring position.
Right.
See if it works out for him.
Yeah, I mean, you normally have that guy swinging. Let's see if he tries to steal second.
Got to lead like he wants to.
On this level, I think, half the time the catcher won't even throw down to second. Lip, I think, would actually take a shot at him. Guy at third is carrying a little extra weight. I'm not sure he's going to break for home. I think the other thing you could see, I guess, who would take this throw? Casey would take this throw.
Casey, you want to keep Hans at home.
Chopper to Ludi, makes the play, make the throw. Okay, so Randy's going to go out and ask the umpire what he saw. It was pretty clear from everyone on the field that Rob got his foot down. Rob had to contort to catch the ball. Now Randy's going to ask the field umpire to check with the home plate umpire. Hopefully the home plate umpire saw what everybody saw. I mean, Rob
has great footwork, and so he came on the back side of that base, but he felt like he had his foot there.
I think the hope is that the field ump was shielded by the base runner, because Rob had to kind of come behind the base runner to get the baseball, and hopefully the home plate ump is going to overrule him. I'm sure he's going to be reluctant, but punch him out. Oh, they're calling him safe. That's a bad break.
27 for 28.
That wasn't a case where Rob was trying to sell it, or the Mammoth are trying to sell it. Rob got him, and they just missed the call. So that scores the run, right?
Yep.
Now it's 3-2.
Big play.
Get the tying run on second base. We got a pinch hitter here.
Kind of a tough position to come in on Grill. A little bit cold.
Change up here, and you just try to dispatch him with the best pitch you got. Oh, he went hard away, the fastball. 1-2. Rob made a really nice play on that. The ball came behind the runner, so Rob had to catch the ball behind the runner and slip his foot in there.
Really good bag.
I know. Good God.
Oh, that is dead to right.
Good grief. Okay, so let's try to explain what happened there. Matt Grill spun around. think the third base got upset because somebody on our bench remarked on how dumb that was to send him. They're okay though. Third base coach just didn't like the comment. So what happened was Matt Grill spun around to pick the guy off, and I think he was planning on throwing. There was nobody there.
That's where you just put it in your back pocket. Like, you don't have to throw it. It's not like a quick move to first where you would have to, like, let it go.
He's explaining now to what happened. I think for some reason he felt like, I don't know, if he was losing his balance. At any rate, he throws it very softly in the direction of Casey. It's far enough to Casey's right that Casey could not put a glove on it. It trickled out to center field. The runner on second broke for third. Third base coach decided to send him all the way home. Hans picked it up, and Hans is the wrong shortstop to try to sneak home because Hans threw a seed and a strike.
So what was said that got them kind of fired up? Because there was a little bit of chatter before where there's maybe some words said, and the same player coach from the Tijuana team maybe took a little bit of offense to the chirping. So it's hard to tell what was said. I didn't hear anything that seemed especially outlandish. But again,
I didn't hear it. I'm sure it was something like, what was he thinking, right? Or that was stupid, something like that.
You gotta let it go, though. He asked me what he said, that's all. I know.
I don't know why he's upset.
Talk to him in the dugout. You're good. Nobody's going on. Can you tell him to be quiet?
Now Pat's complaining because he's getting an earful from this third base coach.
Stop. Come on. I need Gilbert and Randy out here right now. Gilbert and Randy.
So the ump's now going to have a conference at home plate to try to defuse this. It appears that Tijuana has one guy. It's not the whole team. It's one guy who's barking. The catcher's trying to get him to calm down. Pat's getting a little frustrated because he's catching it from this guy.
but I don't even know, like, if the guy's saying anything. Like, I don't know what he's saying. Like, I don't know what the offense is here.
Well, no, again, I think somebody on our bench, I mean, we should go over there. They should run over there and find out. I think somebody on our bench just said, like, that was stupid. I think, or what an idiot. It had to be something like that. Court.
We're sort of lost back here as to, like, what.
Who said what? Did somebody say what a dumb play?
Moody said, that's an idiot play.
Yeah.
And then they said, come say it to my face.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the end of it, but now I got to talk to Randy.
So Ludi was on third, and he said
Yeah.
it basically to the third base coach?
Yeah, so that's an idiot play.
Well, you don't do that. I mean, I don't blame the third base ump for. I mean, he's got to let it go like the umpire said, but you don't say that to the third base coach.
No, I mean,
It was an idiot play, but Jesus.
I mean, I think the play itself speaks louder than anything that could be.
Much like the commentary in the stream, probably could let the picture tell the story.
Yeah,
It's
right.
probably unnecessary.
We're doing more harm than.
Yeah. We don't have anyone saying, come say it to our face, though. No one back home is like, why don't you come home and try to do this commentary and see what happens?
Like, we have, and it's also not terribly successful.
Great ball. Get down there. Get down there. Nice play. Mike dropped one down. Pitcher who didn't appear to move very well, got to the ball, and
First base coach picks it off his Dahl's helmet.
yeah, the ball was going to hit Dahl's helmet. And the first baseman, who again we're going to list him at 6'4", reached the glove around
And more accurate than your 8'4" from earlier.
It was like that football play with Brady, the helmet catch. There was a little bit of a helmet catch there by the first baseman. Got a 3-2 score, top of the 8th. Jam shot. This third baseman's been very solid. Throws a strike, 2 outs. All right, we need
Everything
Cork.
coming the third base way, he's been successful.
I would say this is the biggest at-bat Cork's had in the tournament. Be nice to have a guy on base, but
There haven't been a whole lot of bats with things on the line.
exactly. I mean, this is a playoff game. We're up by 1.
That's right in.
It's in his wheelhouse. Hit it in the shipping container.
Well, it went into the dumpster.
The umpire
It's like
observes so much for that $9. I don't think.
Equivalent of a Pro V1 in the water. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna climb. Oh, he
Yeah, that
got
is
way
high, and that
under
is
it.
in the gap. They're running for it. They might get the football flag.
Oh, just missed that. So he basically caught it in the shadow of the bleachers out there. Oh,
It'd be interesting had there been a fence, like where
Yeah.
that fence would have been.
Harding High School. That's a. So that coach is still chirping. Umpire just gave him a warning, directing him to the dugout. I like the way this ump is handling this. He let him talk it out. He called the coaches to home plate. He basically, I'm sure, said enough, no more. And then the third base coach decided he wanted some more, and the umpire said, okay, now you're restricted to the dugout. The next move will be the parking lot.
I'm not good at awkward interactions, and if I had to be at third base, it would just feel uncomfortable. Like out in the field, with just sort of a little tension in the air.
So the ump is informing Randy that the guy over there is restricted to the dugout. And he just said if he hears any more, he's going to have to remove him.
I've not heard him raise his voice, or use any sort of foul language. But I think it's just the continued talking.
Yeah, E. Hendricks is saying, talking about the field, he or she figured these were always on nicer facilities. They really are.
There's always the one JV field, where it's a multi-purpose, so you can tell they're playing soccer here. Probably they had some football practices out here as well. My guess is that they may not even play many games here, on the high school level, where the JV and the varsity are opposite schedules, so the JV is actually playing on the varsity field. So
yeah, if we can steal this win or come away with a victory, we won't be playing here in the championship. We'll be playing on the field to our left, which is a much nicer field.
even for the lack of fencing, I think these fields are better than what we saw in Vegas years ago.
Yeah, you're right about that. Vegas tournament has some horrendous fields.
And even be able to play baseball in January, on any field,
Right. We're not.
that's the sell. That's the easy sell.
Yeah.
And then we get a few nice fields mixed in.
Oh, he left that fastball up. Got by Let's go. This is going to
That's
be
tough
a
one.
double.
That's going to run a long ways. Dahl is chasing it up the hill.
It's going to stop at second.
That's the drawback of not having a fence, because that probably rolled to about 375, 380
Right.
feet.
Now they're back to the top of the order. Okay, so this is the bottom of the eighth. I would say the Mammoth are on the ropes right now. Nobody out, man. Tyne run on second base, top of the order. Matt flips the cutter in there off the inside part of the plate for strike one.
He's pretending to not have the ball, maybe.
So when you spin, you don't have to throw the ball.
No.
Is that right?
I often don't, especially on that slow move.
Oh, he left that up, but he hit it up.
Dahl's
Come on.
dancing under it.
Dahl
Looks like he got it.
under it.
Yep.
Catches one up.
Big out.
Yeah, the batter's
Leadoff
upset.
was hoping to do more with that.
Yeah, that cut a lot of the plate, and it
Yeah.
was middle up. If we can get this guy, would you consider walking the next guy? I don't think so, right?
The next guy's hit a couple shots too. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The four hitter is by no means a slouch at the plate. I mean, he roped a double first inning.
That was a nice swing. That was a swing that was going to dump something to right center. He had the bat in the zone a long time. Maybe sensing that, they go up and in. That first swing was a swing that was attempting to kind of push the ball into right center. He's got 2 strikes now. Change up, is this it? Field throw.
Good play by Ludi to shield that from going into out of play. If Ludi doesn't stop that, that's probably out of play, and that's a run. So
Squibber in front of the plate. Matt Fields throws to first. We get the runner at first.
2 outs.
Stark threw a 1-hopper to third to try to nab the runner at second, who advanced to third. And like Bob said, Ludi just threw his body in front of it and knocked it down. Saved a run. Nice play by Ludi. All right, this is the matchup of the tournament right here. This hitter has seen Matt's 3 times now. He's flown out. I think he's flown out twice and then hit a fly ball to center that drop. He probably thinks he's comfortable up there right now. Pretty clear that Matt's going to be careful with him. It wouldn't surprise me if he gives him a 4-pitch, non-intentional, intentional walk. We'll see. Ooh, we left that in. You got it down enough?
Yeah.
Lip was set up outside, and that one came inside. I don't think that's where Matt intended that pitch to be. 2-1. Shit, that's gonna drop. This could be an inside the park home run.
Run all the way down to the concession stand.
Oh, thank God we have Hans Hager.
Again, that's the second guy that Hansi has thrown out from deep.
Thank God for Hans Hegerness.
That
So
was-
that
That's a great relay from Bill about 550 feet out. Throwing it into Hansi, and Hansi throwing a strike to Lip at the plate.
so I'm sure you probably couldn't see how far. We couldn't even see
We lost
Bill.
Bill like lost her, disappeared from the horizon.
There's a little slope going down into the building that's out there, and the ball disappeared. Bill chased it down there, threw it to Hans, and Hans threw the ball from basically short left field, threw a strike to Lip, threw out the runner by 20 feet. Hans has got such a strong arm, and it's so accurate.
I think Tijuana, a lot of the players are questioning sending him home, especially in the situation with the guy on third and the 4-batter coming up.
Well, and they saw Hans's arm.
Yeah, not a surprise. Wasn't a surprise. But again, from where Hans was, like, I don't know if that throw in a normal PCMABL game is converted more than 25%.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I would say even less.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a remarkable throw. That throw by Hans. Are you kidding me?
It's the second one.
Yeah.
The second one, I know. I mean, I'd say they were idiotic to send them, but I don't want to get shivved in the parking lot because they're a little sensitive about it right now. But how dumb was that?
I don't know. I think it's the right play to send. That took
That-
great.
Yeah, but he already demonstrated he had the arm.
The
to
true.
do that.
Okay, yeah. That's a good point.
And
I
they have
think
their
Pat
they
sends
have
him
their-
there, and
they
I
have
think
their-
it's the right call, though.
They have their 4-batter coming up next too, who hits the ball well.
Right.
I mean,
I would say if they didn't know it was Hans, you go, but they had an opportunity to see it.
but again, the game at that point is tied, right?
Yeah.
So it's 3-3. So I mean, roll the dice. Take the
And then
lead.
I know that everyone's criticizing it. I'm just saying, if I'm third base,
I wonder if everyone is criticizing.
I send him.
If he's safe, it's a great call, right?
Not a more accurate shortstop, that's for sure. Hans is a gamer. EP Cardinals. The third base coach is drunk and rage blinded. Yeah.
How often do you have someone make a great play in the field
Hi,
and it
Mark.
comes up to bat? We have Hans up.
Here we go. We need a spark plug. 3-3 top 9, right?
3-3 top 9.
Let's go, Hansi. This is why we moved him in the 2-hole.
This is where you say, if you're an announcer, how often do you see it? A guy makes a great
Nice.
play, and then bats, and then does that. Takes one for the team. I think we're gonna try to steal, or are we gonna try to let our bats?
Well, I think we do.
I think I would.
I think Billy had a terrible jump. Maybe Hans is. I think you go by what Hans. If he
does
gets a
Nate
good
bunt him
jump,
over?
he keeps going.
Does
No,
Nate bunt him over?
no bunt.
I'll jump.
I think I would.
I would go for the steal over the bunt.
I think I would let. I don't think I'd steal with Nate. I might steal with Casey. Nate's been hitting the ball so well. I think I give him a chance.
Great eye. Oh,
I know means that I think that he should bunt.
that wasn't a strike. Catch was set up outside and caught it on his left shoulder. Look at this.
Sent outside again.
No.
No. Oh, they're gonna get him. Yep. 4-6-3. It's 2. I guess that's why you steal.
Guess I haven't played with Hans. He's fast, isn't he?
I don't know.
What's his speed rating? I don't think I've ever seen him steal a base, but I probably have.
Come on, Casey. Hit a home run.
Right? Get one into the soccer ball. That center field is playing so deep, though. Good eye.
Again, that shot that Billy ran down is why they're playing deep. Because if that gets by you, I mean, you're running for days.
Casey wants that one back. That's in his wheelhouse right there.
3-3. Top of the 9th. 2 outs.
That was a really good pitch.
Casey's shaking his head. I don't know if he's shaking his head like, damn, it was a good pitch, or that wasn't a strike. It ended up low.
Yeah, I think it was a strike, but it was
Way
just a
outside
perfect.
now.
Well, that sort of came back over the plate.
That was an
Like, that was
excellent pitch.
Last 2 pitches.
Very good. Come on, Case. You're going to get something here.
Ah, damn.
Got Casey to chase a pitch off the plate there. So, Mammoth are looking at a 3-3 game, bottom of the 9th. Feel good. I'd say the Mammoth have 2 things going for them right now. They got through that.
we got
really-
4, 5, 6 coming up.
We got through that really good hitter though, and then we still have Matt Grill on the mound. Matt's been lights out except for last inning. If they make the right call with Rob at first base, we're up 3-2.
But then at 3-2, do they hold him at third? You know, it's all situational.
Got a message that Hans is all right in the speed department. I think there's like 18 plus speed, there's 35 plus speed. Randy talks about how when he started playing with the Lumberjacks, he was 35. We thought he was really fast. Then he'd go play with the Coyotes and they thought he was really slow.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
When you're talking to 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds who
Right.
have legitimate speed.
Okay, so this is a chance for Tijuana to advance. Mammoth fighting for another chance to bat. Someone on the bench saying hard pull, so
We
apparently
have a fan. We have a fan walking through the left center and portion of the field.
And when we were down in Puerto Rico, we've been there twice. One of the years we were down there were dogs running around in the outfield, and we just had to. It got to the point where we just had to keep playing because I think they were just stray dogs.
Yeah. You're not going to shoo them away.
No. Let's get this first one, Matt. Oh, he left that way up. It's gonna hook foul though.
Up the hill. And out of the park. Nope, it's going to roll back down.
This guy is set up kind of off the plate. outside. I think you work him outside. Oh, he threw his knuckleball.
Great pick by Nate Stark. Get that first one.
Ludi short hopped him. Nate made a really nice play. So Lip is now telling Casey that on throws like that, rather than the right fielder being the emergency backup, it's got to be Casey at second base because Cork is playing so deep and right. And again, we have to because we don't have fences.
I don't know why Cork would ever be the backup there. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the wrong direction for Cork to be running. I mean, a lot of times you see some catchers like to run up the line and follow the batter on ground balls.
I mean, I think you're right. Like, I don't think there's any way that Cork gets to a ball that goes by Nate before Nate gets over there.
Yeah. They played enough first base. Handled some throws where it turn around and run. But again, like there's not maybe a backstop over there.
There's a base hit to left. That left out a little up too. Man on first went out.
We're looking for a tailor-made here.
Good pitch. Back getting out ahead of 1-1. They've shown a propensity to want to bunt in these situations, even with one out. Started that in the front shoulder and tried to drop it over the inside part of the plate. Didn't catch enough of the plate. 1-1. Man on first, tied up 3-3, bottom of the ninth.
I'm trying to remember the same guy who maybe took one in the shoulder last time.
Off the plate, 2-1.
Two balls, one strike.
Good pitch.
Maybe a little bit down.
I agree. I think it was a little down and possibly also a little off the plate, but a really good spot. Matt now down 3-1, is gonna have to come with something. Oh, and he walks in. I think that batter thought that was a strike because he kind of gathered himself. He kind of pulled the bat back and leaned back like he was going to settle
often see
back.
that batter run to first.
Right. Yeah, he didn't. His motion wasn't, I'm going to throw the bat away. His motion was, okay, I'm going to settle back in for the 3-2 pitch.
Hansi felt that big squeeze on that one.
Yeah, I think so. I think Rel wasn't happy with that call. So they got the winning run on second base here. 1 out.
You have the fan wandering back through left field with zero urgency.
Is that the leadoff hitter on deck?
No.
Like, yeah, they gotta be 1 or 2 away here.
Good pitch.
Ready now, you ready now? Chris, you got this. Let's go.
1 and 2. Buried that one down in. Game is on the line. Hit 3, now throw it to first, get him there.
Great play.
That's a double play.
3-1. Big time situation
Woo.
play. Heart still racing, but it came down a few.
So Ludi was guarding the line, which made the difference because instead of having to backhand that pitch, you could basically catch it on the bounce, waist high.
Get
Then
that
it-
lead and then strike over to Nate.
Yep, then it was just a matter of taking a couple steps to third and floating a
So is this
toss over
our,
to first.
Matt Grill doing his Jack Morris Game 7 here with, I mean, does he go back out for the 10th?
I
I
think,
mean, I don't think you pull him.
no, I mean, Matt Grill down in Arizona pitched the semifinal and a final on the same day. He threw 18 innings, so I don't think there's any thought. I think there may have been some hope that if this game went quickly and it was low stress on Matt's arm, that maybe he could do what he did in Arizona, which was pitch 2 in a row, but unless this game ends this inning, I think that'll be off the table. And even if it doesn't end this inning, the difference this year is Matt's manager, Hans, is on the team, and Hans may not want to see Matt use that much. I mean, that's a lot of wear and tear on an arm. So, but we got to win this one.
I just want to comment that. So we're in the top of the 10th. We're at about 2 hours, so this game is flying by.
Yeah, you know, we had scoring early, right? We scored
Scoring
3.
early, scoring late, not much in the middle.
Nothing in the middle, yeah.
Again, we have the Tijuana pitcher out for the 10th. So,
It's surprising too because we heard that their first round playoff opponent didn't even show up. You'd think they'd be pretty well set at pitcher. It's not that this pitcher's a bad pitcher. It's just that I don't know. He's not. Maybe he's got a little grill to him. Like he gets by with his location.
Our opponent last night basically didn't show up either.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean,
And we really didn't have to use our pitching. You're right. So you're right. They're really in the same position we are. That's a fair point. Frustration from Billy.
a lot of times growing up in high school ball, coach kind of wanted you to take until a strike. And, you know, if you're down 1 or it's tied in late innings, try and work a count, maybe get a walk. Maybe just putting you in a hole if you get a strike 1, but just sneak up the middle. Let's get a second hit today.
Felt like it took Ludi maybe up to this point in the tournament to find his stroke, but that's 2 hits in a row. 2 prototypical Ludi hits. Okay, here's my second favorite Mammoth to watch.
He's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Mammoth hitters to watch.
Right. I've talked to Randy before, and you know, there are people who don't want to be in a spot like this. Oh no.
Oh, he
he
kicked
boots
it.
it.
Kicked it.
Recovers, and they get Ludi at second base. I understand about Randy is there's hitters who don't want to be in this situation. There's also hitters who don't want to be in this situation but will tell them they want to be in this situation. Randy's someone who wants to be in this situation. He actually enjoys these pressure moments. That's 3 first pitch swings though, right? Yeah. Billy first, Ryan first, Randy first pitch.
It was late in the game, have him throw a few maybe, but again, these are all established hitters. I'm not going to second guess their approach.
It's possible they're looking for one spot, they get that pitch. I mean, that looked like a pretty hittable pitch that Randy got.
Yeah, just rolled it over.
Yeah. Either the pitcher took a little off that pitch or Randy was just a little bit
Was
too.
Randy running here to try and get him in position?
Maybe.
Pitcher's definitely thinking about it. Well, that's slicing. That is slicing. That's going to get down.
Randy's going to get to third. Okay, we got guys on first and third now. Could really use a pass ball.
Make it hit left.
Let's do it the easy way. Let's just get a pass ball. So that was a kind of something in between a fly ball and the line drive to right field. Dropped in front of the right fielder. Call it a flare. A little bit harder than a flare.
Deeper too than a normal flare.
Yeah. I mean, he got it off the end of the bat.
Not a Tom Genrich flare.
No, those have a
Because they're 110 feet behind the base.
Flight path all their own. First and third, 2 outs. Mike Dahl at the plate. Top of the 10th inning, 3-3. Wow. Okay,
So that was drill too, where that low one maybe isn't always called. And
that split the plate though. I mean,
Straight
it
down the
had,
middle.
yeah, it had to be low.
but again, he wanted that, just like Grill wanted some earlier. I think if he doesn't fall that off, that's a strike.
Yep. So he started in the low. He came up and in on that one. Kind of got Mike bunched up. Mike fouled it back. 1-1. Mike's lucky it's not 0-2. It's a good take.
That was a tough pitch to lay off. That started at about the knees, but then
Yeah. I think he's seen 3 different speeds now, his first 3 pitches, so this pitcher's doing a good job mixing the speeds as well as the location.
well, that's going to be a tough play or a good third baseman.
He's there. That's a run.
That is Dahl's wheels right there paying dividends.
It's a little squibber in front of home plate.
Third base made a great play on it, but it's an unwinnable battle for him with the speed that Dahl has.
I mentioned earlier in the game that Randy basically had 2 spots to fill in this lineup. And he had to find, we got 7 or 8 capable bench hitters. He had to pick 2 of them. And he chose Chris Yonke and Mike Dahl because of their speed. I'm not saying they're bad hitters or not. I mean, they might be the 2 best hitters in that group, but the something he really looked at was their speed, and you saw it there. If I hit that ball, I'm out.
Oh, Tom, that's Major League Tom Bergeron, running down the line to win the World Series.
I compare my base running style to let this pitch go through here. Hit him. Oh, I didn't realize we had Cork on deck. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bases loaded, Tom Corcoran against this pitcher.
We're up by 1, but we're still.
We want to hit
10th.
here.
I mean, this is your childhood right here. You're 2 outs, bases loaded.
I just have so much faith in Cork as a hitter. See if he takes something off the swing. Oh no!
Again, that shortstop's been pretty solid.
Oh, so disappointed.
Knowing Tom, I think he's probably beside himself right now.
That pitch was up and away. I don't think he tried to pull it. I actually think he was trying to get on top of it and hit it to left center. I've thrown a lot of BP to Cork over the past couple of years, and he can drive a ball to left center, that pitch in particular. Just didn't get on top of it enough. At any rate, Mammoth take a 1-run lead, and we got Matt Grill on the hill, so we got a shot.
Bottom 10.
Randy and I talked about the Mammoth run this year, and one thing that he's mentioned often to me is how everything's gone right this year. This is a game that we've always won, and it's not always been because we've been the better team. It's that you talk about the ball bouncing your way and the breaks going your way. We've always been on the right side of the breaks. I mean, we've been really good this year, but there's been a large element of luck involved. I think if we win this one, you got to attribute it to our skill, though. I don't think we haven't gotten lucky with anything. If anything, we got unlucky with that play at first base.
Yeah. Oral Hershiser, we're from Minnesota, so the apt comparison is Jack Morris.
Right. Should we scold the umpire?
Yeah.
Get him on our side?
Or if he's an Oral Hershiser guy, are we going to offend him? Or is he an Atlanta Braves fan? And,
Yeah, right.
That still is. John Smoltz was a real hero of that game for him.
We've got The Man playing in the background. We've remarked on this before. That song is about toxic masculinity, if you've ever seen the video. What's the Killer's lead? Brandon Flowers. He just plays this massive douchebag in that video. Clearly, the song is satirical. And Matt Grill is anything but toxically masculine. So there's some irony going on here at the ball field. It's a great song though.
8, 9, 10 here.
8, 9, 10. Okay, let's get the first one. In this situation, when I'm in the field, it's if I get the first out, we get the first out.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like
You always want to get that first.
this first one. Ooh, that was off the plate. I think maybe a little bit. A great,
Often in situations
great
like
pitch.
these, you probably want to find yourself off the field.
Yes. Yes, right. Like, thank God I'm here and not in that outfield right now. I mean, I would be in a state of, I'd probably be paralyzed by fear out there. Like, the ball would be hitting me and I'd find I couldn't move my muscles. Let's run out. Really
Panic
gave him a smile.
and anxiety and
Yeah.
fear.
I'd just be frozen. I'd just be standing there, just locked. These fields make me nervous. I don't like playing the fields in Arizona for the same reason. They're so fast. All right, we got one out. Enough of that. But the real players.
There you go.
Grilly, not surprisingly, looks completely in control out there. Drops a strike in there, working quickly. The knuckleball. The knuckleball.
Bottom of the 10.
You can feel Matt Grill tightening his grip on this game.
You're moving quick too. It's
High
business time.
fastball.
It is business
There it
time.
is. Just with every pitch, his grip gets a little tighter. Now, I will say, we don't want them to roll the order off. We don't want them to roll over the order because I think
Leadoff is coming up.
leadoff is a good hitter. It's a ground ball to Ryan. Make the throw, Ryan, and we move on.
Got it.
There it is. We did it, guys. We did it. I'm going to stick around for a while. This will be a fun one to get some post-game from these guys. I'll probably stay out of the lineup. Catch this. Make sure there's no... vast majority of these guys have been one guy that was jawing. You can see the Tijuana guys. They all got their heads up. They're all saying good work. No bad blood here. Good handshake, guys. I would give them on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to go with 9. I mean, it seems genuine. They don't seem too down. Fun group of guys. Oh, that was fun. I mean, it wasn't fun there for a while. Let's get in the dugout, get some of the chatter.
Nice job, Grill!
I was so excited, Clark. I was so excited when you stepped in the box. Look it up. That was fun. Well, it wasn't fun.
We got a fight.
Next game,
Such
12.
a good, right?
I think I need to go take a nap. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, nice hustle there. That was huge.
That was awesome.
Nice game.
Tom's tip of the cap.
Ooh. Ooh, I didn't even think about it.
I think there's an obvious one choice, and it's Randy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Harder in that inning. Going all night. Game winning run. Good job.
It's gotta be Matt Grill.
That was my plan. Like, nothing. I plan on doing it all.
So, I told Hans, I'm going up there and I'm just like, this is teamwork.
Yeah.
Like, why am I overcomplicating it?
You went with that.
Just wait. I know I can hit that
Right.
ball into right,
Right.
whatever, and then I still popped it up a little bit.
Oh, that was beautiful. If I would have been stealing, like I was
Well, if I hit it
thinking about
hard, you
I think I
If
scored.
I hit it hard, you score.
Yeah.
What time do we play?
I was hoping he was gonna die. Oh, why don't we?
11:30 now.
I told Randy it was my last inning. So it's like, may as well use every bit of energy I have in my legs. Yeah. Like,
Get a shot of your calves. Beautiful.
right.
just making sure they're there.
Yeah,
I have a
cast
hard
a
time
shadow
seeing
on
them
it.
sometimes.
Cast a shadow on it.
So what do we think, Rob?
It's a fun game. You
Yeah.
got a little chippy, you know, in the middle, but sometimes that adds a little bit of stakes to an amateur adult male game on a JV field with no fences. You know,
That
so
in the
it's
grand
nice.
scheme of things doesn't really mean anything at all, right? It's nice to add a little sauce to the game,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You know, the fans get curious, like who said what to who.
They seem like, from behind home plate, they seem like a really good group of guys. There was one guy that was a problem. Everybody else, it seemed like they were trying to calm everybody down. Most of those guys. They were good at first base. How was their first base chatter game, would you say?
Pretty solid. Pretty solid. You know, I didn't run into any obvious jerks. You know, one or two guys almost too chatty. So yeah, let me focus on this again.
Give me a second. There's something
We
going on
got
over
the
here.
base state here, but you know,
Rob
weather's
Jones.
cold. Weather's cold in Minnesota.
Rob Jones keeping us loose, keeping the umpires loose, keeping them loose. The first base coach all game long.
Keeping that bag loose, spins around.
Yeah, keeping. I told him that Randy's and Tom's strategy for putting me at second was so that put Rob Jones over there and he'll cover my ground. So I don't really, you know, you put the best defensive player next to the worst, and you're in a good hands.
That's a nice, much nicer phrasing than what you said at the time, as I darted in front of you.
I think if I didn't give Matt Grill the, I'd have to give it to Hans. Those throws that Hans made, they saved us.
Oh yeah.
Especially that cutoff from
So in the
Bill
last
was
inning,
incredible.
in their threatening inning, might have been the bottom of the ninth. I just said, outfield, any cuts that are supposed to be mine, Hans, throw them to Hans. Because he's gonna make up. Even if you had to throw somewhere else to get it to Hans, his arm's so much better than mine.
And it wasn't just that he got there on a fly. It was right where it needed to be. It was just beautiful.
862 from 600 feet.
Incredible.
In the woman's restroom. You know, Bill had to throw with metal cleats on the sidewalk.
A ball came out from down some hill as Bill threw it to cut off.
Right, when he disappeared, like we had no idea, well, how far does he have to go now before he gets the ball?
He's gingerly walking on concrete with his cleats out there.
I don't know if you guys picked it up, but we were playing music. Half innings. There was a time early in the game.
way to grind, Grilly.
I was asked to pick up Donkey, who was, you know, catching. I didn't drop the ball. It wasn't even right. I didn't know where the power was. I didn't know how to shoot it. So then after that, we started talking. I didn't know he was paying attention like the seventh. I just cut it. He's like, no, what are you doing?
Even at the point,
And
the
then
one
final inning, you know, top of 10. It's like, you gotta let this, you gotta leave it. I'm like, I'm here for you. And he got back, and I was close to hitting the switch. No. So like, our communication really picked it up. You know, we cleaned up some of the early mistakes.
Well, that's what a veteran
Bill
does.
was on the mound. Donkey he's just letting it go for another 2 or 3 seconds. And I can't even take it. Like it felt like the longest 3 seconds running in. And he's like, this is gonna pump him up. 1, 2, strikeout.
he did that.
I said when it felt like with every pitch, his grip on the game was tightening. It got better and better and better with every pitch. That's his song.
That is awesome.
Like that's his anthem.
Well, how many plays did he make fielding?
Yeah.
Right? Threw out some really good bunts. You know, I think if you're
Threw a ball into center field that I tripped over trying to get, and then Hans mid-throw. I don't know why they ran on some of those plays that they ran on.
I almost want to give the Tom tip of the cap to Hans for those throws. Like, I mean,
I think
Grill,
that's appropriate. You could also consider, Lippert caught a base runner.
yeah.
And
But those two throws,
and squeezed 2 throws and 2 tags.
those 2 throws cut down 2 runners. Whereas, I mean, that's an instance where the average TCMBL shortstop doesn't make those throws, right?
Yeah.
Randy,
Great place.
you have a pedometer on you? I'd be curious.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Yeah. I mean,
Pacing it the whole time.
now I know why you're so competitive at that contest, right? Randy
seen it,
did
Tommy.
about
Like during
6
the game,
miles
I'm just
in
like
weeks
walking
around.
around.
I've seen it.
Randy's always pacing.
Yeah, his
I do the
buddies
same
are like,
thing at
how's
work.
this guy get?
I should weigh 120 pounds. Unfortunately, I'm 220, but I just eat.
Eat while you're pacing. Nervous eater.
I do walk a lot.
Why are you holding that phone?
I take a lot of meetings on the.
Is it weird?
What do you do? Are you looking at me through? What are you doing?
Yeah, I can see you. Right?
Oh, are
So
you recording all this?
Yeah, I don't have it pointed at me.
Oh, you guys know it? Is that legal? Have we run this by Mabel?
All right, I'm gonna sign out here, guys, because I want to save the battery. We got another game coming up at when's our next game?
Noon, I think.
Noon?
Half hour.
Nothing says.
So maybe another game in about a half hour. The other game's still going on over in this field. I doubt they're going to give us a lot of time in between because they're probably anticipating that some guys have flights to catch. In fact, some of our guys do. So I'm going to shut down now and start up again in probably another half hour. We'll definitely be streaming game 2. Same setup, better field, hopefully same results. So thanks everybody for watching.
We love you, Tom.
Thanks especially to the people who kind of kept the guys in the chat and the girls in the chat up to date on what was going on. I can't see the chat unless I put my reading glasses on, and then I can't see the field. So it's a little bit harder for me to follow the chat. So it's the assist is much appreciated. Really appreciate that. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will be back in 20 minutes.
That was the most controversial thing.